Have you ever wondered how history, as we know it, might not be as straightforward as it seems? As we begin probing the past, we come across the stories of the patriarchs, the founding fathers of the Israelite narrative, namely Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These tales are the bedrock of the Israelite identity, yet their historical accuracy is a subject of debate. As we delve deeper, we find that external evidence supporting these accounts is scant. Historians and scholars often perceive these stories as being more mythological than factual, more allegorical than literal. This lack of concrete evidence leaves us in a fascinating space where history and mythology intertwine, creating a rich tapestry that is as intriguing as it is complex. So we see that the origins of the Israelites, as depicted in the Bible, are shrouded in a blend of history and mythology. Do we ever pause to consider the ethical implications of the conquests we read about in ancient texts? The conquest of Canaan, as portrayed in the book of Joshua, is a prime example. It paints a vivid picture of the Israelites engaging in violent warfare, resulting in the expulsion or even extermination of the Canaanite inhabitants. This narrative, while riveting, brings to light some serious ethical concerns. It's a tale of an entire people vanishing, their lands seized, their lives uprooted, all under the banner of conquest. Some scholars view this as the endorsement of ethnic cleansing, a term that leaves a bitter taste in our modern mouths. And yet, it's embedded in the ancient texts we hold dear. It's part of the narrative we've inherited, and it's woven into the fabric of our understanding of history. So we must ask ourselves, what does it mean to endorse such narratives? These conquest narratives raise significant questions about the perceived endorsement of ethnic cleansing. Did you know that divine justification has been historically used to rationalize violent acts? A profound question that takes us deep into the Israelites' narrative. The Bible frequently attributes their actions, particularly the conquest of Canaan, to divine command, painting their actions as a fulfillment of God's will. Critics, however, argue that this theological justification has been used historically to rationalize violent acts and colonization by various groups, casting a long shadow over the ethical implications of these narratives. Equally interesting is the Israelites' ethnocentric approach towards other nations. Their interactions with non-Israelites are often portrayed as exclusive, sometimes even superior. They are cautioned against intermarriage with non-Israelites, creating an image of an insulated community, which in a broader context raises questions about inclusivity and acceptance of diversity. This divine justification and ethnocentrism pose serious ethical considerations. As we delve deeper into these texts, we must remember to engage with these complexities critically to gain a nuanced understanding of the Israelites' history. Slavery, propaganda, and selective memory are these the darker undertones of the Israelites' history? The narrative of the Israelites' enslavement in Egypt is a poignant tale of oppression and liberation, yet it also opens up a Pandora's box of ethical questions. How can the portrayal of slavery, a deeply inhumane practice, be reconciled with a divine entity that supposedly permits and even orchestrates such suffering? Then there's the role of propaganda. Some scholars suggest that the biblical accounts may have been written or edited to promote a specific religious and political agenda, possibly centuries after the supposed events. Does this mean that the narratives we have today are more about power and control than historical accuracy? And let's not forget about selective memory. The biblical accounts often present a sanitized version of events, conveniently downplaying or omitting the less flattering aspects of the Israelites' journey. Is this not a classic case of history being written by the victors? The ethical implications of these aspects are indeed thought-provoking. So, what does all this mean for our understanding of the Israelites' history? Well, as we delve deeper into these narratives, we realize that it's not all black and white. There's a multitude of layers, each one adding a new perspective, a new question, a new complexity. This is precisely why a critical examination is fundamental. It's about looking beyond the surface, questioning the presented facts, and considering the historical and ethical contexts. It's about understanding that these narratives reflect the biases and perspectives of the societies in which they were written and edited. Engaging with these complexities isn't about undermining the value of these historical accounts. On the contrary, it's about enriching our understanding, giving us a more nuanced view of the Israelites' history and their relationship with the divine as portrayed in the biblical texts. Remember, every narrative has multiple facets, and a critical examination is the key to unlocking a more comprehensive understanding.